What vital piece of information did we all forget about? There was this weird-ass cage that we found. What is that? It's a small iron cage, Your Honor. So, is this the part where you go crazy and come up with hilarious stuff? That's what most attorneys have to do at this point. I wonder if you'll make it in the top 3. But the crown goes to that cannon guy. I screwed him over pretty badly. That cannon guy. Mr. Blader had some serious issues as well. It was all worth it, though. Blader. First name Bay, last name Blader. Don't worry, I already slowly recovering from the after effects. But... Mr. Hazama, do you know where this cage was found? I couldn't care less about trash. It's a pity because this cage was found at the crime scene. And it was proven that it hasn't been there for long due to the lack of dust. A cage at the crime scene? Alright, you're really getting desperate now. And the crowd goes wild. Alright, we didn't factor in some stuff at the crime scene. So what? It doesn't matter. This could explain the locked room. Please note that this cage was found empty. So what was inside there? And where is it now? Who cares? Only a defendant could have locked that door. The victim had a key. He could have locked it as well. Whatever was in that cage might have been responsible for his death. Oh my god. What is this now? Some strange deadly device was installed in that cage. Or was it a squirrel with murderous intent, which flew away afterwards? Well, you can't deny that this might have something to do with the murder. Who brought it there? The victim? And if yes, why? Comma. I'm not sure about this, to be honest. It might have a meaning, but I don't think that would change anything about the outcome. There's more to this case than meets the eye, Your Honor. Please allow me to pursue this. Pursue what exactly? It's just a cage without any traces. There's no way for us to find out what was in it and who brought it. Or are you saying there is a chance to find out? Well, Miss Faye, now why do we have a full penalty? There. The save game here. Screw this. You know what? Just screw this. I don't know. Wow, she's mad. Well, alright then. I suppose the defense is out of ideas. A little surprising, but it's their choice. The end. That's it. The end. GG. Ahem. There's a chance. Of course there's a chance to find out. If somebody knows what was in there, that might clear things up. And I know just the right person for this. And Judgy, do you really want her to call some completely unrelated idiot to the stand? I mean, come on. Seriously. What are the chances? I'm really not sure what to think about this, but... I will hear your suggestion. It better make sense, though. Who shall it be? A person who might know something about this mysterious cage. It's either a defendant... Let's try our defendant first. It's not him. How about this one? Okay, I don't see how. Desperate lawyer is desperate, end quote. Oh, I see. Alright then. Alright, doing this over again, Mia. Rewind time. Larry. Not Larry. Gumshoe? Alright, we're just gonna roll through everyone. I genuinely don't know. Unless we're talking about someone else who had the key and knew the place where it wanted to be set up. Is it Luna? No. Running out of people. What? Who's that? Why is it her? It's the victim's personal maid. If he brought the cage, she might have seen it. Okay, you know what? That's fair. Oh, I see where this is going. The maid did it. She poisoned his food or something. That actually would explain the locked room. The poison took effect there, but sure, because he just happened to go into a locked room and happened to fall out of the window. Anyway, just in case you want to try to accuse the maid with something like that, it'd have been mentioned in here, just reminding. Hey, ain't I nice today? Pointing out the failures beforehand for you. I seem to think about accusing her, but she might have important information. She was the victim's maid, after all, and she saw him leave that evening. Well, I suppose there might be something she knew, so honestly... What hell not? At least the defense will finally admit defeat if they find nothing. I'm already looking forward to you screaming things like, the maid did it! She has no alibi! Well, indeed. The court will now take a reset.
Objection!
That's not even necessary, Judgy. The maid's outside and waiting, ready to testify right away. But you see, he predicted this? This guy knows how to predict your opponent. He makes a living off of it. Actually, I simply call it up and relate the victim over. Well, that's surprisingly convenient, but what if we don't need to hear all of them? Well, they're wasted time, not ours. Fair enough. In any case, it seems like we can hear out. It seems like we can hear out the maid right away. Call her in. Hello. Well, what have we here? That's pretty maidish, all right. Missing the obligatory hair accessory, but aside from that... You're even wearing it here, as if you're trying to really point out that's your profession. Hey, Hatman, what are you trying to imply? I'm just your usual innocent maid. I'm not sure what everyone has against my fedora. Just give us a name and occupation. Maria, maid. Simple enough. You were employed in the victim's house, correct? Guess I wouldn't be wasting my time here otherwise. You can blame the lady with the slightly larger chest size over there for that. Yeah. Whatever you say. What do you want? Wait, what about your name? I just told you, didn't I? Pay attention. It's Maria. Well, I heard that, but there's something missing? Is it that important? I go by many names. It's not like I am the suspect here, right? Well, nobody cares about your name anyways. But actually, I do. Get the point, man. What do you want from me? I've got nothing to do with this. Witness, isn't it true that you were in the house that evening? Oh, so that's what this is about. Fences grasping at straws, the usual. Well, start with go. Isn't it true that you're also quite the competent gardener? Wait, how do you know that? What does that have to do with anything? Don't you know what they say? The murderer is always the gardener. What kind of joke is this? Isn't it usually the butler? Actually, statistics show that it's almost never the butler. Statistics? What kind of statistics is he talking about here? You in the house alone after that, right? Oh no. The maid has no alibi. hell? Why would I kill my own employer? What is important right now? Would you be so kind to confess now? So I am suspected here, huh? Well, what about you? Me? What is my glorious self coming to play here? Well, kind sir. What were you doing today from midnight until 1 in the morning? Oh, at home. Probably asleep. And are there any witnesses to back that up? Do my pet snakes count as witnesses? Obviously not. They're right up each other's alley. You got me, I confess. Oh, that's it. GG. This is by far the oddest conversation I've witnessed today. And I've witnessed a lot of odd conversations today. Yeah, you confess. Please stop joking, Mr. Hazama. What? Wouldn't be the first time that the prosecutor turns out to be the killer, right? Well, in this universe, it actually would be. Yeah, I killed him. Just like that. And now I confess. Just like that. Wait, no it isn't. Oh, wait. Is it? No, I suppose in this universe it... Yeah. For me it didn't die, then obviously things are different. Edgeworth is a defense attorney, so the Von Karma case never happened, so yeah. What was this all for, then? You still don't get it, do you? An amazingly clouded view for a judge. Now it's the defense's turn to keep us entertained. Go ahead, interrogate this maid. With the greatest of pleasure. Miss Maria, it's true that you witnessed the victim leave the house yesterday, right? Yeah. Would you mind testifying about that? Doesn't look like you'll give me a choice here. So listen carefully. Leaving the house. It was late at night, and I was simply relaxing in the living room. Shortly before midnight, I spotted Mr. Butts leaving the house. It was obvious that he left for that challenge, so I didn't bother asking. He only carried a candle, nothing else. He calmly left the house. What do you want to hear? I want to complete the use of this testimony. But what did you expect? Nothing seems strange about the victim's departure. Well, Mrs. Fay, begin your cross-examination. The new testimony. Now I just need to find something to work with. Well, let's do this. Why are you still there? That should have been late at night already. Silly woman. You apparently know nothing about a servant's job. I have a room there, so I can even stay there during the night, if needed. I see. Well, that explains why you were still there that late, but... Is it really for a maid to have nothing to do and just relax? In the living room of someone else? It's really okay for me? What do you know? Seems like it is. But no one can confirm that you were indeed still there when the crime occurred, right? Well, suppose I have no real alibi, as I already stated earlier. Not that it matters with the locked room and whatnot. Yeah, keep rubbing it in my face. Right, Larry leaves. Shortly before midnight means what exactly? It means exactly that. He left about 10 minutes before the clock struck 12. Shortly before midnight means it wasn't midnight yet. Insert Christmas meme. Well, it should have been possible to reach the church in time then. Are you absolutely certain about that? Don't tell me you're deaf. Why would she say it otherwise? It's perfectly possible to reach the church within that time as well. I see no problem here. Well, maybe you have one of those awesome theories again. How about it? Is there a problem with the victim leaving it around within 15? Not really. I suppose it's alright. We'll come back to that. Seems like your intelligence stat finally received a little boost. Let's get this over with then. Larry left the house because of the challenge, yes? Well, Mrs. Fay, what else would that idiot leave the house at? Why else would that idiot leave the house that late? How he sneakily rushed outside made it pretty obvious. Apparently the defense has something else in mind, for some reason. But maybe... Seriously? He has other reasons to leave? Even if you can come up with some obscure theory, that wouldn't change a thing. He ended up at the church and was murdered there. End of the story. Seriously, Dad would change a thing, but maybe... Problem? My mistake. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Nice deduction right there. It doesn't matter, just like about everything else in this testimony. Let's proceed. Uh-oh. Nothing else. Well, he also had a strange key inside his pocket, but that wasn't visible for me. I see. Obviously the key is small enough to fit in one of his pockets. That's where we found it, too. Wait a second, if it wasn't visible, how did you know about it? Well, I have trained eyes for things like that. Trained to identify what other people are carrying in their pockets. Useful talent, wouldn't you agree? I wonder why a maid would know something like that. Are you looking down on me? It's because I'm a servant? No. Wait, that's not how I meant it. Take what you want. He carried a candle and a key, nothing else. Well, unless you count his wristwatch. Quite valuable. And his clothes. That seems to match up with what we discovered at the scene. You're absolutely certain that he did not carry a strange cage with him? Nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort happened. Too bad, huh? Oh, how sad. What are you gonna do now? The cage is a lie. Oh, God. Nothing strange. Calmly left the house. And and it's really all that happened. Nothing else we're forgetting. I imagine his calmly leaving the house is right up there with, Hey, what should you put your name in the goblet of fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. Did he say anything? Maybe he did something before he left. I'm not even sure why you'd ask that. Obviously not. He did nothing, and he said nothing. He simply left. Really? Tragic. Really tragic. Nothing to work with him. Well, what now? I think you should have done something before leaving, Mrs. Fay. I think... we'll leave it for now. What's wrong with Larry simply leaving like that? We'll think about it. Dreams made no progress whatsoever! Congrats, really! At first glance, there doesn't really seem to be anything wrong with this testimony. I know what you're thinking. This is the part where you should have... where we should pull one of those legendary Phoenix bluffs. Again, stop acting like the legend. I know what I'm doing. And you should know it's over if you don't find anything wrong here. Find something to work with. Just compare the court record of what she's saying. What can we give her? Okay, let's try and do something with this here. We're leading around 1150, definitely. question the fact that the victim left 10 minutes before midnight. You actually have something to say? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll show you. This is the problem I have with this statement. That the victim left around 11:50. The clock was fast.
Take that!
The clock was fast. I have reasons to question this statement. Miss Maria, you said the victim left 10 minutes before the clock struck 12. This, however, is not equal to leaving at 11:50 for one reason. It isn't? Larry left 10 minutes before the clock struck 12, but the clock in question is itself 10 minutes ahead of the actual time. Duh! If we connect the dots, that means he actually left 10 minutes early. Around 11:40. The clock in the living room displays the wrong time. Well... Awesome! What a contradiction! Well, yes, it apparently did. So? Well, Miss Maria, how do you explain this? I have to ask. Why was that clock that wrong? It's quite simple, actually. Because I changed it. Why would you do that? Because Mr. Edgeworth told me to do it. What? Mr. Edgeworth? What does he have to do with this? It is in the house as well. He told me to do it about 2 days ago, I think. Why would he do that? Beats me. He claimed the clock displayed the wrong time and told me to add 10 minutes. Another mystery that's solved. As for why he did that, who cares? On another note, what did 10 minutes change? So we actually left around 11:40. So? It obviously wasn't an attempt to confuse the victim, who had his own wristwatch, and it changes absolutely nothing about the murder. Pointless contradiction is pointless. Every time. I die a little on the inside. So, would that be all? Wait! I don't find a way to keep going with this, the trial will be over. Your Honor, it seems insignificant, but it's pretty suspicious behavior. The maid should testify about what Mr. Edgeworth was doing at that evening, just in case. It seems like a waste of time to me. What does all this have to do with murder? Well, I'm not sure what that could possibly reveal either. Your Honor, I know I'm onto something here. If it's you, I'm willing to put my trust in it, but I hope you are aware of the consequences if this turns out to be completely unrelated. Witness will testify about Mr. Edgeworth's actions that evening. Oh, okay. Fine. Edgeworth is involved now. And he feels like it. Whoa, God! New music. Mr. Edgeworth, he seemed to be arguing with Mr. Butts about something earlier. That was in the afternoon. After that, he went into his room for the rest of the day. Around 11 p.m., he tried to sneak outside past me. Well, I noticed him and asked him where he was heading at such a late hour. He mumbled something about a cool company and rushed outside. And I have no clue what happened after that. He never came back that night. Thank you. Thank you very much. Suspicious Mr. Edgeworth had a secret appointment. So what? Well, it is a bit of a coincidence that this happened exactly on the day Larry was murdered. I still don't see how this will connect to the case, but I can't deny it is suspicious. Come on now, Judgy. Give poor Edgy a break. Keys, anyone? Well? Get. Someone dropped that line in the comments of part 2, and I'm mad now. Just kidding. I'm still enjoying this. Ron, it's obvious that no one else could have done it. What's the point? Miss Faye, begin your cross-examination. I hope it'll have some results, though. I wonder how much more off-topic I can afford to get. This music is badass, though. I'll give you that. quiet. Did you catch anything about the conversation? Oh, come on. Who am I to eavesdrop? So Mr. Edgeworth kept denying something. But yeah, I really have no clue about the details. But what about Mr. Butts? Seemed really nervous since he kept screaming in a high-pitched voice. Oh, that's very Larry. Okay, so how did that conversation end? I wasn't around when it ended. Both went to their respective rooms after that immediately. And they stayed in there till late in the evening. What the hell happened there? That is an interesting argument. Oh, now we're getting in the chill zone. And you have no clue what he did during that time. I'd have had to peek into his room in order to know. Pretty good for Sue. For Sue. You really didn't see a thing. Oh my, that's exactly the same question I've already answered 1 second ago. Isn't this already completely irrelevant? Thank you. I like your attitude, servant girl. What she said, wasting time much? Indeed. Yeah. What the? Did she do that on purpose? Stop wasting time already. Stop wasting time on already completely unrelated testimonies. Resume the cross-examination. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it was actually 10 minutes early. Okay, that's still around 11 p.m. Alright then, did you notice anything suspicious about him? Nothing that I haven't told you about already. Something tells me this maid's trying to hide something there. Except for now. Do that. May I proceed now? You may. Go on. I have a question. To be honest, I'm not sure what to ask about here. Could be dangerous. Away. Anything strange about him? How did he react? What did he answer? Ask nothing. How did he react? How did Mr. Edgeworth react to your sudden question? Oh, he seemed pretty shocked. Looked like he didn't want to be seen. He quickly answered the question and ran for it. Well, that's that. Certainly strange, but I'm not sure what to make of it. What did he answer? Mr. Hazama? Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm Mrs. Fay. How's your memory been lately? Here's the little hint. Wait, before that, any guesses? What did he answer? Well? It's not that hard to figure out. Come on, you can do it. He mentioned something about a cool company and left. Wow, how did you know? It's one of the statements in the testimony. Oh my, but what did you even ask then? Why'd you even ask then? Here's a penalty. Hey, stop that. Not accepting that penalty. Anything strange about him? Aside from the fact that he left at such a late hour? Yeah, something else seemed to be really strange about him. Really strange. What was it? Can't quite put my finger on it, but I have a feeling something was off. Something about his behavior. The guy was scheming something. What the? Why would Miles? No clue what all this means, but I think it's pretty certain he was involved somehow. Never mind, proceed. Cool company. One idea what he actually said? Oh no, he babbled so nervously, as if he was just trying to come up with an excuse. But yeah, that's all I heard. Couldn't quite make out the rest. Could mean several things, but I guess there's no direct contradiction here. Okay then, continue, witness. So you have no idea where he currently is? Seems like it. He didn't tell me a specific destination after all. Not that it matters. Did you ever consider that there might be a reason why he ran away like that? Ran away? From what exactly? Now you're saying he left Larry behind to die. Let's face it that this whole issue has nothing to do with our little church case. There just has to be a connection. I just have to establish it somehow. Maid is annoyed now, and this testimony seems completely unrelated. I wouldn't say that. Edgeworth lived in the same house and acted strangely suspicious. Okay, I just have to figure out what exactly the meaning behind all of this is. Be careful. I smell traps. Won't surpass them. Yeah, it might be possible to show a connection. As long as I don't fall for those traps, there might be a way to manage this. Here we go. The maid's trying to hide something there. Try to press. Out with it. What are you hiding? Not like that, Miss Fang. I told you nothing I haven't already informed you of. Keeping something for the court for no reason. I know it. Maybe, maybe not. The point is... What? You can't prove it. Meaning you get a penalty for badgering me. Which will result in the end of this pointless cross-examination, and that's what I'm anticipating. So that's how it is. Well, even though the witness's attitude is somewhat questionable, you get neither just got tricked into asking the same question twice for no reason. I'm sorry, I'll have to hold you responsible for that. Watch it, servant girl. That sort of thing should be my job around here. Your methods aren't bad, but still lack that certain beauty. Who cares about beauty? It's the result that counts. Someone to switch spots with me. So these two... How did he react? They're pretty shocked. Anything strange about him? I can't quite put my finger on it, but I have the feeling something was off. Something about his behavior. And then the cool company. Okay, this is a mean change here that I have discovered here. So this didn't show up the first time when we were pressing this chronologically. This one, when we actually had to peek into his room in order to know. He would have had to secretly take a look into the room. Good that you understand. Can we get on with it then? We actually get a choice here. Now. Yeah, in your dreams. In your dreams. Not so fast, Miss Maria. Stop avoiding the actual question. Asked whether you knew something about what they did during that time. So far, the only thing you answered was what you'd have to have done in order to know. Is that so? So stop avoiding the actual question. You took a little peek inside, didn't you? Hey, what Maid would do a thing like that? He would be fired for it. It severely damaged one's reputation, so it would be difficult to get employed again. Stop avoiding the question and answer. Did you take a peek or not? Fine. Maybe I was a little curious. So what? Alright, did you see anything interesting? Sure did. Looked like he wanted to leave the house for a while. Why did it seem that way? The suitcase was open on his bed and it looked like he was packing in some clothes. As interesting as this is, I have to wonder how that would be of relevance here. Yeah. Do you really think this is important? Probably not. Who would pick this? Nah, this couldn't have possibly had anything to do with the case. Punisher, you know you want to. Yeah, penalty time. Come on, Judgy. Penalty, penalty, penalty. Really sorry, Mrs. Fay, but I've left with no choice here. Pro tip, if you don't think it's important anyway, don't waste time on it. That's summed it up quite precisely. No comment. Especially cheeky of you to put that option of all fucking things in here. After having two separate options where when we pursue the topic of conversation, you penalize me. I'm only getting angry on the principle of the thing. It's... the way that was set up, you are kind of just pursuing the wrong line of questioning, and the point of getting to this point is getting around the game she's trying to play with her words. Important as always. This is really important, Your Honor. Okay, if you say so. Can't hurt to have it added. I hate you. Now I'll be fired once Mr. Edgeworth gets to know about this. That's what you're for being so sneaky. Did he, before that point, ever give any hints as to where or why he'd want to go? Nope. Do you remember anything about what exactly he put into the case? As I said, I think I saw some clothes being packed into it. Actually, that was just my impression from how he moved while packing, though. No, nothing else in particular. I noticed besides that. All this happened around what time? 9 or 10 p.m.? Maybe 10 minutes earlier because the clock I used to check went wrong, right? Anyway, I didn't want to risk more than that, so I returned to my duties after that peek. So where did Edgeworth run off to? Anything strange about him? Anything seemed strange about him at the time? The fact that it's such a late hour? Really strange. What was it? How did he react? Was he shocked? Anything else changed that we didn't know about? Matters, yada yada. But for what exactly? If that baby I'd die. Okay, and the next bit of roundabout logic here. This thing that makes sense, so ask anything strange about him. Said the fact he left us a late hour. Something else seemed to be strange about him. Really strange. What was it? Something was off. With his behavior, he was scheming something. It's odd for miles. Now it's just a bit roundabout, but we'll get there in the end. This could be just an error of omission. But if it was Edgeworth leaving, and he was packing a suitcase, why didn't she point out that he was taking it with him? Wait a second. Now I know what you, for some strange reason, didn't bother mentioning. Oh? What would that be? Quite simple. The suitcase. You just said you saw him packing one, correct? But you claimed that when he left the house, he carried a thing of the sort. Did she actually say that? Or did she just not mention it? I feel like that's the difference here. It would make much more sense if he took the suitcase with him, wouldn't you agree? True. So, stop making things up. Did he take it with him or not? Now to listen. Remember what she actually said? Nothing that I haven't told you already. First obvious question. Did she tell you before the trial about Edgeworth taking the suitcase with him? Actually, yeah. I seem to recall that she did mention something about that suitcase. Oh. So there, she simply assumed you knew about it already. Nothing strange. Indeed. It was not like I lied on the stand or something. Just a sneaky wording trick. And you actually thought you were onto something there, huh? Well, what's happening now? Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth carried the suitcase. Now that I think about it. Was that actually Mr. Butts? There! Say that again, witness. What? Yeah. I think it was actually Mr. Butts who carried the suitcase when he left. It's just strange that I saw it in Mr. Edgeworth's room earlier. What could that mean? What? I'm not sure what just happened. Now it's suddenly Larry about the suitcase? How the hell did you mix that one up? They don't even look alike. Well, how was I supposed to know that? I'd be questioned the next day. Well, do you remember things like how many suitcases you saw yesterday? Well, there's no way something like that actually may not ever be important. But if you really want to know, there were 42. But whatever the case, this means that Larry carried a suitcase Mr. Edgeworth paired. There you have a connection. He took something else to the crime scene. You saw the victim arriving there, right? And you didn't notice that suitcase. Ergo, the servant girl's mistaken. No suitcase for our victim. It's true that we did see the victim arrive. However, it was dark. We only managed to spot him due to the candle he was holding. It follows that we could easily have failed to notice something like a suitcase. Okay, fine. If you want to play it like this, my next problem should be obvious. I think nothing like a suitcase was found at the crime scene. Can't explain. Someone could have taken it afterwards. Hold your horses, you can't play it like that. Look, isn't the obvious way to argue that there was some sort of trap in the suitcase? I mean, if you want to overturn the fact that you have to find a way around the keys, you have to find a way around the keys issue somehow. And well, the only way to do that is to claim that the victim used his key to lock the door to his grave. Well, the other key was with the defendant in the old times, so... Okay, now let's think about it. In order for this to work, he'd have to take that thing with him, the suitcase. But whoops, nothing like that was ever found in the room. No, this is not the same as the suitcase. Don't even go there. How about this then? Shortly before midnight, the victim arrived there with a suitcase. Then someone else arrived and took the suitcase.
Objection!
Why exactly would the victim let them in during this strange test thingy? I don't know. What if the person took the suitcase, had some sort of trap, and left? After that, the victim did have his encounter with the defendant. That didn't kill him. Larry recovered a bit later, blocked the room again, and fell victim to that trap. Wow, seriously? Where do I begin here? What kind of trap that wouldn't be found afterwards would make him fall out the window? It doesn't explain why the candle wasn't burning when the defendant knocked the victim out. Just why can't I explain this? I don't think I can do against that solid logic. Well, this was shaky to begin with. A mysterious person taking a suitcase with clothes. Face it, the whole damn thing just falls badly. Fails badly. Just saying, that suitcase issue doesn't really change a thing. It never showed up at the crime scene, so the victim didn't take it in there. End of story. Strange, yes. Connected to the case at hand? Not at all. I'm afraid I have to agree with the prosecution there. There is no connection between Mr. Edgeworth's actions that evening and the incident. It's beyond bad, but, wait and see. Well, Judgy, you know what's next. This was an entertaining side issue, even with a maid, but we should get back to real business. You are correct. This was the chance I wanted to give the defense. Mia, what are you doing? You won't have another chance. This trial will be over. You have to establish a connection between Miles and the murder somehow. Why am I hesitating? Can't just let all this effort to get here go to waste. This examination of Miss Maria is over. Court will now proceed to... Oh, not so fast, Your Honor. There's a connection between Mr. Edgeworth and the murder. There is? Didn't we just find nothing suggesting that? We just established that the suitcase couldn't have been that important. So good luck showing a proper connection without that. Oh, and... Needs anyone? The prosecution is the point. Even if there wasn't a connection. Your Honor, we have to examine all relevant leads before we conclude that. One chance. Thanks, Your Honor. I better not let this go to waste. Suppose it's time to reveal some trump cards. Yes, there's still one way to connect Edgeworth with what happened to Larry. Possible connection between Mr. Edgeworth and the incident at the church is... Let's see, Larry's letter? Nope.
Take that!
Oh, it's the written challenge. The challenge? The challenge? The challenge? I mean, yeah, the challenge. This is the challenge that prompted Larry to go to the church at that time in the first place.
Objection!
Edgeworth isn't mentioned in here. Of course he isn't. The real issue lies somewhere else. Okay then, time to raise the stakes. I want the exact page and evidence explaining your claim. Relax, this is as difficult as it looks. Send a message directly to me. Page you need to look at is page 1, page 2, page 3. Okay. Luna wrote the challenge to Larry. I'm still not sure how this connects, but this is the answer we're looking at here. It's the 4th page, naturally. Yeah, sure thing. Looks like that explains the connection to Edgeworth there. We show Luna.
Take that!
What the hell is that? It's anime. This is Mrs. Luna Atby, the current owner of Cool Company. You might have noticed that the center of the challenge referred to herself as Luna. And now you're just concluding it's a random Luna you picked, huh?
Objection!
It's not that random. Please recall what Miss Maria told us earlier. We mumbled something about a Cool Company and rushed outside. You see, Mr. Edgeworth obviously actually meant Cool Company. And the person who wrote the challenge called herself just like the owner of that place. It's unlikely that this is just a coincidence. So, what? This is the person who wanted Larry to go to the church at midnight. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned her company. That pretty much proves it. Is it that far-fetched to imagine that the sender of this letter had something to do with the murder? The possibility of a coincidence exists. You're saying he just happened to die during exactly the specified time in this letter. Don't forget that the key this victim used was also included in it. What if this whole test was just a trap to get rid of him? No, that's just silly. And we all know why. Keys, anyone? Confession? There are other possible explanations for that. He's saying it is wrong to ask the person who made him go there in the first place a few questions. Oh, so that's what you want. Another witness. Why are you trying so hard to waste even more time than I did? Stop arguing, this is going nowhere. I suppose you want to question the sender of the letter. As reasonable as it sounds, I have my doubts we will learn anything new. The court will take an 1-hour recess. Prosecution will call Mrs. Atby. But let me warn you, any signs of this being a giant waste of time will be punished severely. Please don't elaborate, Mrs. Atby. Please don't elaborate on everything again. You played part 2 of Turnabout of Courage! Congratulations! Thanks, Hazama. However, the real challenge is still ahead. Good luck. Oh shit. Mercy mode will automatically revive you in case you die. It is highly recommended. Gah! Oh boy. I have the power of God and save states on my side. Well played. However, this is still mostly within my calculations. It would take more than a miracle to figure it out before it's too late. In that sense, it is more like a game of chess. A game of chess in which I know my opponent's pieces, but they don't know mine. The fake queen is already cornered and will soon be taken care of. Fake queen? Obviously Luna. After that, it's time to go for the king. With that, the game will be decided. Even if there is an unexpected comeback, I have several pieces prepared to protect me. Now it is time to continue the game. Turnabout of Courage, Part 3. To be continued next time.